Hi everyone, I'm Ken from CryptoTradingKS. If you're new, a very warm welcome and welcome back KS family. And please note, I don't have WhatsApp or Telegram. From my 30 plus years in financial markets, I explain the smart money mindset to assist you to be more of a financial blessing to yourself and those you love, gaining real wealth and positive excellence in the process. If you're going through a life pullback at the moment, please know that our global families, love and healing thoughts are with you. You're not alone. There's always hope and the sun will come out again. Let's run the numbers. Bitcoin is currently down 0.85% to 16,941. Ethereum is down 1.51% to 1276. In the past trading session, we saw the DXY, the US dollar currency index, absolutely melt down. This put upward pressure on gold, inverse downward pressure on yields. Bond prices as a result came up, and we saw the market kind of rally after the very large push up after Jerome Powell's speech. But it's not a commensurate rally you would expect when the DXY absolutely tanked like this and fear was going down through the floor. You would expect a much larger push up. And remember, these are all on a daily basis. So what we can see is a little bit of hesitancy creeping into the markets. Oil was just literally consolidating after its very big push up in price, and we can see junk bonds are still indicating risk on in the economic system. I did a deep dive into Jerome Powell's speech in episode 731 yesterday. It's a very in-depth look at what Jerome Powell actually said, and it's not what the mainstream media is reflecting. On a daily basis, we saw the SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, do really well. It blasted through 2 SLs and couldn't quite make it to the third. We've seen a little bit of consolidation in price just recently. When looking at the S&P 500 futures, we can see a similar thing. The market rallied up, and the overhead selling pressure is just a little bit more in the S&P 500 futures. And we can see upward price was basically rejected. We're just below those smart money sell levels at the current time. Globally, the markets are looking really quite good, but don't forget they were looking quite good up here as well. We're just starting to overcome a level of resistance, but just be aware that it's very natural for price to pull back. If we get a substantial pullback like we've seen several times, that could signify a lot of negative sell pressure, so just keep yourself aware. The DXY recently got over a level of short-term recent price action resistance, but it was stopped out. Basically, the smart money came in at the 106,998 level and absolutely hammered the DXY down. The next major support down is 104,113, and the DXY is currently 104,727. When you get big pushes down like this, it's quite likely that we could get a bit of a reflection up. And we've also bypassed a level of resistance. Just keep this in mind. If the DXY goes up, we expect crypto and the main markets to come down. If the DXY continues to come down, we expect crypto and the main markets to keep on going up. And that's what we want. One of the biggest problems policymakers have is because of inflation. Inflation, when the markets start to rally, inflation actually comes up. That creates a really double-edged sword. So market rallies are inflationary, and this is something to bear in mind. Also, just keep in mind that the Fed balance sheet has been coming down and down and down, and we've just got a new recording in there. It's just come down slightly. The reason that we look at the macro is Bitcoin cannot escape the stock market's gravity. Turning to Bitcoin, we can see Bitcoin's gravity was indeed pulled up with the stock markets. And just to bear in mind, the current price of Bitcoin is 16,963. We're just below a smart money sell level at 17,093. A further smart money support level exists at 16,649. If we get continued momentum to the upside, we're going to take out this 17093 level and potentially this 17988 level. If we consolidate, it's likely that we'll bump around the 17093 to the 16649 levels. And if we melt down, we'll actually lose this 16649 level and come down to this 15758 level. You always want to do your three-dimensional thinking. And that's why, as a community, we do our daily three-dimensional risk management code. We say, where do we feel the market is going today? And we always consider the down progression first, because it's important we actually buy at spot looking for longs. We don't short inside our community. So if the actual market goes down, you need to look for inverters. There's always opportunities in the crypto market, but you'll have a collection of inverters that can go up when the market goes down, or basically just normal cryptos that move as the market moves. So just keep this in mind when you're actually doing your portfolio analysis. And I do a deep dive into this code in episode 685. The key is this synchronization factor. A lot of times the institutions make their money by desynchronizing the markets. If you're feeling desynchronized, if you don't feel you have the Midas touch, or you don't feel you're in the zone, that's what the institutions exist to do, to put us out of the zone. That's why we actually gauge that synchronization factor every day. We want to make the institutions work for that money. When the mainstream media outlets misinterpreted Jay Powell's speech from the Fed, we saw a rapid rise in all markets across the board, the main markets in the US, including crypto. And what we actually saw from that point was that we breached through a smart money sell level crypto-wide at 799 billion and also one at 808 billion. These are heavy sell lines, so it was quite within the rights of the particular sellers to have another go, and they tried to. But you can see the buyers have been stepping in, and now we're actually confirming this as support at 808 billion. And total crypto market cap is currently 811 billion. It's really important that we hold this 799 billion in support, because the next support is down quite a bit. It's 707. We don't want to be going down there if we can avoid it. We're seeing some really interesting behavior in the markets. We can see the shorts are actually coming out of the market. The longs are also coming out. And we can see from price action that the longs have been getting hit, and now the shorts are starting to get liquidated. But let's check out total liquidations. Total liquidations across the past 24 hours are around 43 million across 15,664 positions. Really low. And looking at the past 24 hours, total liquidations about 59% long. Last 12 hours, 63% long. Last 4 hours, 62% long. And last hour, about 75% short. So that actually reflects the price action really well. And we can see the number, or the total amount of liquidations, is really quite low. What does this actually mean? That big upward movement in prices yesterday didn't call in the big money. Turning to the greatest gainers in the past 24 hours, ETHW, Ethereum Proof of Work, up really well, 20.67%. TWT up nearly 10%. Loopring just a little modest, nearly 2%. Dash 5.77%. I don't know where they do this ranking from. Hang on, let's try that again. Nope, it's completely out. Okay, let's keep on going. OKB up, Decred up, and Phantom up. The greatest losers over the past 24 hours: Binary X, BNX, Ape, Helium, CRV, Aave, BAT, and LDO. Let's have a look at the top cryptos from when Jay Powell said everything is fine in the market, but his words didn't say that. It's just the mainstream media interpreted it that way, but there's no fact that says that in the actual analysis. Please check out that video. What we can see, Bitcoin rallied, and of course, what happened to Ethereum? It rallied. Look at how much Ethereum is tied in with Bitcoin's gravity. This is really, really good to understand. And BNB, just much weaker than Bitcoin's gravity, but they aren't great percentage movements. But just keep that in mind. XRP moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity, but it's out of sorts at the moment. It's also much weaker. We saw BNB and XRP recently quite strong. Now they're actually quite weak. And Doge also lagging here, but following Bitcoin's gravity, but not to the same degree, not to the same strength as, for example, what Ethereum is doing. And ADA is moving in alignment with Bitcoin's gravity. Matic is moving in alignment, but now starting to come down. DOT is under Bitcoin's gravity, and Litecoin under Bitcoin's gravity as well. And one thing that you will see when you have really, really big price momentums up or down, things can go into sync and then out of alignment. Turning to the next 8 top cryptos, SHIB and Tron and Sol are just fighting for pole position, but the others are remaining really quite standard. Let's have a look at SHIB. We can see that SHIB is just under Bitcoin's gravity, but moving in directional correlation with it. Tron also moving in directional correlation with Bitcoin. That's why we must look at Bitcoin and why we must look at the markets. We need a really good picture as to what is happening, because after all, we're not gambling. And that's what we do as crypto technical analysts. We track investor attention, and that's measured through price. We mark up our charts with the CTKS method. We look beyond the crypto charts because Bitcoin's gravity will be impacted by the stock market, and your beloved alt will be impacted by Bitcoin. You can just think about it. The beloved chart that you're looking at has got 10 charts that impact it, but you may not be aware of those. That's what the masterclass is about, making you aware of what is actually driving price. And before you buy or sell, it's really important to master emotional control. There's so many ways of buying or selling, but the key is you must replace fear with courage. And that's what positive excellence and real wealth is all about. It's just about contextualizing money. Through positive excellence, we look at money as the outcome of doing the right things. We don't make it our central focus in life. Of course, money is critically important, but when it's the only thing that you look at, you get blinded. And that blindness actually stops meaning. It stops fulfillment, it stops happiness, and ultimately, it actually stops success. When people solely focus on the money, they get into panic, blame, and conflict, zone 1 and zone 2. But when they focus on the process, they get into zone 3 and zone 4. Zone 3 and zone 4 is where we make and keep our money, but we also create a lot of happiness in the process. And after all, that's what it's all about. Returning to the next top 8. From 8 to 16. Let's have a look at Tron. Tron is just below Bitcoin's gravity. Solana is like BNB and XRP. It's just got that downward price momentum. But we're seeing some really interesting things with Uni. Uni is starting to invert Bitcoin's gravity. We're always looking for inverters. Inverters are awesome. So maybe just keep your eye on Uni. Uni has done particularly well in the past as well. AVAX below Bitcoin's gravity, and Link is doing particularly well at the present time. Atom below Bitcoin's gravity, and poor old Stellar, it's not doing stellar at all. It's dropping down. But these percentages are not great, so just keep that in mind as well. Masterclass students, it's still really, really relevant that you keep LV25 in mind. There's a lot of gems in there and a lot of deep discussion on what could be coming next. Please make sure that you have a look. Many thanks to everybody who commented in yesterday's video. And as Sinman said in yesterday's comments, you cannot underestimate the significance of those SL lines. They're very, very magical. Thank you, my friend. We have such an incredible global family. I absolutely love reading your comments. And you'll see, as a global family, we are scammer free. We see any scammer, they're just gone. So you can have real discussions inside our community. And if you're new to our global family, please just reach out and say hi in the comments. We'd love to welcome you. And if you have family or friends who could benefit from positive excellence and what we do here each and every day, please introduce them to our community by sharing a video. We'd love to see them here. We have one of the best communities on YouTube. And to Michael, it could very well be, my friend. I thought in today's video we could talk about SL lines and how you've found them helpful. And those SL lines reveal dynamic market structure. They are not based on recent price action, they're based on all of price action. And on the 11th of December, coming up very soon, I'll be releasing the CTKS method version 2, which will deep dive you into all of the things that I do each and every day in terms of marking up the charts. Thank you to everybody who commented. We have an absolutely awesome community, and I'm so grateful that you're part of it. I promised yesterday that I would read out some of the comments about the CTKS method, and Meditative Mind said, "Thank you, Ken, for inventing the CTKS method and the masterclass. Truly life-changing. Thank you, my friend." And to Divine Art, I hope things get better soon, my friend. And part of the CTKS method is thought change creating life change. And Jade said, "I've always had a desire to be successful and have money, but I was constantly living for the future. Living for the day is more important, and money is not the king. Time is finite, and I choose to be happy in the now. This outlook has brought great things my way, including this channel and the masterclass." Very kind of you, Jade. And thank you to Dinesh and Beardy. I really like John K's statement, "The future is bright, but not quite yet." That's a really intelligent thing to say, because the future is really bright, and you just have to turn on the light gradually. Just brilliant, John. And well done to everybody. Keep on doing those BORSOG codes. It's really important, because the market will reward your active learning. And thank you, Tiana, for your very kind comments about the masterclass. Across the weekend, I'm going to be reaching out to community members who have applied for the CTKS partial masterclass scholarships, and I'm going to be awarding several of these. So please keep your eyes on your emails if you've actually applied for the partial masterclass scholarship, and you can always apply for the partial masterclass scholarship in the links in the description of this video. I believe one of the most important things that you can focus on right now is keeping your eye on the DXY. The DXY is currently 104.733. Just look at how the DXY goes up or down. If it comes up, it will put negative pressure on crypto and stocks. If it goes down, it will put positive pressure, buy pressure, on crypto and stocks. Just keep your eye on the DXY. Also, keep an eye on the VIX. And keep on doing your daily three-dimensional risk management. Doing this code actually forces you to think about what could happen with the market. And remember, those pesky institutions are all about you picking the wrong letter. If you're picking the wrong letter, there's no such thing as picking the wrong letter. It's all about just gaining more courage and knowledge. That's all it's about. And that's how you should look at these codes. Priming our mind for positivity is really important, and that's why we have the CTKS Creed. It's designed to prime our mind for profitability, but also happiness in life. Taking opportunities is not that easy. You have to see them first. Price is always moving in a wave. Things are going up and down all the time. And when you can get synchronized in with those waves, hey, that's where the magic happens. That's why the first line of the CTKS Creed, "I know the universe wants me to succeed." Every day I show kindness, integrity, and gratitude. I know opportunities and life reset daily. I am worthy, I go slow to go fast. I start small and scale with BORSOG. Life pullbacks give me the strength for the next life rally. I am dedicated and committed. I win or learn and never blame. Stay safe out there, my friends. Take care and see you next time. Bye for now.